Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. Thank you all so much for being here, your continued love and support here on the channel. I just wanted to do a quick announcement for you guys to kind of let you know what's going on right now in my personal life. As you've noticed, I haven't been posting. I am in the middle of a move right now. I'm actually going to be leaving Texas and moving to the state of Nevada, for those of you that are familiar. So moving to Nevada, I've had to spend some time packing up everything in the house and getting everything prepared for the move. So this past weekend, my daughter and I pretty much finished the majority of putting everything into boxes to prepare for the move. And so yes, the move is gonna be happening in about 2 to 3 weeks. So it's been busy, as you can imagine. For those of you that, especially with an out-of-state move, there's a lot of work that kind of goes into getting everything scheduled and planned, and shipping vehicles and all kinds of stuff that goes into that. So yeah, I do appreciate you guys for your patience. I'm rocking some short nails, which is gonna have to be what I'm gonna need to do for right now. It feels weird, but I'll put my nails back to normal, the way that I like them, long, once everything is done with the move. But right now, we tried to do moving with, or lifting and stuff like that with the long nails, and it was just not working very well. It was painful, so I had to get them all chopped off and wear some short ones for right now. Okay, so today's reading, we're going to be doing a pick a card. What do you need to know right now? Okay, we do have 3 crystals out here for you guys to choose from. For group number 1, you are going to be the Chrysacolla. Group 2 is going to be the Carnelian, and then group 3, I'm not sure what this crystal is, but it is cream with a little brown line through it. Okay, if you already feel drawn to one of the crystals, you're more than welcome to skip ahead to choose from the timestamps. It'll take you directly to your reading. I am going to be adding in one of these cards, and this is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck that I'm going to be using. So, what do you need to know right now? Okay. For those of you that are watching and you do live in Nevada, in the Reno area, that's where I'm going, Reno. So let me know some of your favorite places if you're open to sharing. Okay. So what do you need to know right now? Let's pull something for group number 1. Group number 1, what do you need to know right now? We have winter, take care of your needs. I will give you guys a closer look after we pull the card. So group 2 with the Carnelian. What do you need to know right now, group 2? What does group 2 need to know right now? We have protection, guardian. It says drop your shields. And group 3 with the cream. We're just going to call it the cream crystal. Group 3, what do you need to know right now? We have the Sun. It says enjoy success and happiness. Okay. So group 1, we have winter, and it says take care of your needs. And that is with the Chrysacolla. Group 2, we have Protection, Guardian, Drop Your Shields, and that is with the Carnelian. And group 3, we have the Sun, Enjoy Success and Happiness. So there's your little cream crystal with the brown line in it. All right, if you do feel drawn to more than one of the groups, that is perfectly okay for today's reading. You may have messages going across the different groups. That's totally with what you feel, okay? So again, group number 1 with Winter and the Chrysacolla, group number 2 with the Protection, Guardian, and the Carnelian, and group number 3 with the Sun and the Cream Crystal. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you all at your reading. Hi, group 1. So those of you that resonated with the Winter card, it says, take care of your needs. So some of you that are in the southern hemisphere right now, you might be in the season of winter, but I feel like this is also symbolic of a need for self-care, okay? Making sure you have time to rest, eliminating any type of stress as best as possible as you can. Mental, emotional well-being, physical. So we'll just see what is coming through here. But that is what Spirit is wanting you to know right now, taking care of your needs. Winter is also, you know, symbolic for a time of rest, of stillness, quiet, maybe going on a little getaway. Let's see. I am using the Crow Tarot for our reading today. What do you need to know right now, group 1? Group 1, what do you need to know right now? Okay, so we have Justice. We've got the Hierophant. The Emperor, 5 of Pentacles. We also have the 4 of Cups. We have Libra, Taurus, and Aries energy coming through, the 7 of Cups. The Hanged Man in reverse. We also have Pisces energy here. Okay, the High Priestess in reverse. The Knight of Swords. And the Queen of Cups. Okay. Strength is at the bottom, followed by the Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the Fool. Knight of Cups. Okay. When Spirit is saying here to take care of your needs, the 5 of Pentacles is a feeling of lack, a feeling of emptiness or void. It could also be about some type of loss, something lacking, something missing, some kind of deficit. But with the High Priestess in reverse, this could be when we are ignoring our own intuition. We're listening to the opinions of other people. And maybe this is where what is your own intuition saying to you, you know? Because that would be a need too, versus focusing on other people, other situations. What are we neglecting within the self? What are we not seeing? Because the Four of Cups can also be about distractions, a blind spot, something that we're not seeing. The Knight of Swords energy is about very fast moving energy. It could also be like the sense of urgency. And sometimes if we're moving too quickly with getting something done, there could be important things that we're missing. You have the Queen of Cups here, which is also about intuition. So I almost feel like there could be some important choices or decisions that maybe are coming up for you that you're needing to make here. And maybe perhaps there is some confusion here. Some things that we're not seeing, some things that we're overlooking here. The Strength card is also about confidence. It's about also remaining calm and not being impulsive, you know, with maybe doing something. Because oftentimes when we're in the Knight of Swords energy, yes, it can be very amazing for us in that we get something done. We're focused, we're clear, we know what we're doing. But at the same time, if we move too quickly, we can miss things. We might have tunnel vision. We might be ignoring or not seeing certain things that Spirit is trying to tell us. Okay? Now, the Wheel of Fortune, it can also be about change. It can also be helping to improve certain things in your life, especially for those of you where this relates to your finances. So I want to look at this High Priestess in reverse. We do also have Leo energy here. I'm seeing Sagittarius, Scorpio, Aquarius, and also Taurus energy. So let's look at this High Priestess in reverse, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Let's get one more. Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Some of you, this might have to do with work, career. This could be surrounding some type of new beginning here. Maybe some of you are going to be, you know, applying for a new job. Applying for a new job, even moving to a new community. The Wheel of Fortune is about change. And it feels like this is a change for the better. So why is it important for group 1 to take care of their needs? Why is this important? The Eight of Swords. Okay, so this is the Eight of Swords. I feel like in this could be the mental space that we're in. Okay, the Eight of Swords can be about a lot of negative thinking, a lot of what if this, what if that, what if this goes wrong, what if, you know, just in our head. So it may not be putting us, say, like in the best focused place, right? Because we're meant to really tune into what our intuition is guiding us to do in order for us to take action. But if we get into our head and we start with the whole fear-based thinking, self-limiting beliefs, we may not necessarily be in the right headspace to be able to really focus in the way that we need to, okay? So if our mental space is not good, right, and we're neglecting to rest or to bring our mind to a state of peace and calm, or to address any fears that we have, and try to move forward and you know, make choices and do things, is it really the best choice for us? Because you started off with justice. Justice is about doing what is best for your highest good. The Emperor is the masculine energy, which is about seeing the bigger picture, being organized, being disciplined, being focused, and getting things done. It's also about building foundation, structure, stability. So this could be working on building this next chapter of your life, in which we need to be in a good headspace in order for us to do that. So especially if we're trying to make improvements, right? And if we're off mentally or emotionally, physically drained, exhausted, we're not going to be in the best place to plan things in the way that we need to. Because if we're doing it in a place when we're like this, and then we're rushing through decisions, or we're making decisions based off of fear and doubt and uncertainty and all these different things, and once we get to that new beginning, let's just say, and we're just like, what happened? This isn't what I wanted. This isn't how I wanted this to turn out, right? So we want to make sure that we're in the best place possible. We're feeling our emotions. The Queen of Cups is about emotional stability. Okay? So if we're in pain, if we're, dealing with a whole bunch of stress, we're not going to be, again, in the best headspace. We're not going to have the best perspective, right? And that Hangman is in reverse. This can also sometimes be when we have a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset. Maybe this is a need for us to change our perspective, or to be open to seeing things from a different perspective, right? So it's important for us to nurture the self, say, well, okay, what's going on right now? Am I stressed out? Am I anxious? Am I doing a lot of negative thinking? This is where you have to kind of put yourself first before we start planning, organizing, getting things done. Okay? So Queen of Wands. Why is it important? Two of Swords. Okay, so sometimes when we're in the Two of Swords energy, we're feeling indecisive. We have conflicting thoughts, conflicting ideas. We feel confused. We feel stuck. So if we're feeling stuck and confused and negative thinking, self-limiting beliefs, do we want to make moves at that time? Probably not, right? We want to make sure that we're grounded, emotionally stable, we're focused. Maybe we're not listening so much to the opinions of other people. Okay. We can understand, okay, yes, this person is giving their opinion, they're giving us their perspective on something, but that's not it's not, and it can certainly open our eyes, right, to seeing things in a different way, but it doesn't necessarily have to be what you do. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands is about confidence and passion and creativity, and it's also a very ambitious energy, right? So if you're feeling ambitious and you're wanting to do something, create something, some of you, this could even be about entrepreneurship, wanting to improve, financial security for yourself, build something for yourself. You want to make sure that you're in the best place, right? So when Spirit's giving this message of what you need to know right now, and you're noticing that you're just kind of feeling scattered and all over the place and ungrounded, you got to take care of you first. Okay? A need for stabilizing yourself mentally, emotionally, because otherwise we're not going to be, at our best to be able to do or get done what we need to get done. So maybe if there are certain fears coming up, okay, let's take a moment to say, okay, why am I feeling this way? Where is this coming from? To take some time to understand yourself and what has brought you to that space. Is there other stuff going on in your life that, you've, that has been weighing on you, bothering you in some way? So I want to clarify this Five of Pentacles. We've got the Page of Cups and the World. Maybe some of you are at a place right now where there is something that you are a part of right now, whether it's a job, a relationship, some kind of path that you're on, that you're feeling that your needs are not being met and you're not feeling satisfied, you're not feeling fulfilled. Okay? Maybe this has to do with a marriage or a relationship or a job, and Taking care of your needs would be you saying, you know what? I don't like this. I don't feel happy here. I don't feel fulfilled. This isn't what I want. And you having the power to change that because you're making sure that your needs are being met. Okay? And we're not making the choice out of fear. We're not making it out of, negative thinking. But we're doing it because we feel grounded, we feel stable, we feel secure, we're in a clear headspace, we're able to focus, and we're able to get things done and move forward with doing something with confidence, with courage, with bravery, which is also an energy here with the Knight of Swords. Okay. So let's pull another oracle deck here. And the Wheel of Fortune is also about the cycles of life, the ups and downs, navigating the ebb and flow, and understanding that we will, right, continue to go through that, the ups and downs, and the better able that we're able to navigate through that, because even if it is something challenging that we're going through at the time, if we can keep ourselves stable and grounded as best we can, kind of like calm amidst the chaos, we can stay focused. We can kind of come out the other side of whatever it is that we're navigating through in the best way possible. So let's see. Some of you could be deciding to leave a job, leave a relationship, leave the community that you live in. Look at that. Panther spirit, reclaim your power. We have the beast spirit with sweet results await and also a time to heal. Okay. For some of you, it could be a healing from, a situation, a relationship, a friendship, maybe a toxic work environment that you've been in. It could also be a time to heal self, right? Why am I hurting? Why am I feeling this way? Reclaiming power from a past situation, right? That would also be you taking care of you. Anything else for group 1? Be fearless and bold. With the Badger spirit. Okay, and maybe that is towards the new beginning here. Sweet results await. Let's see if we can get a little bit more about that. Magician, beautiful. The 7 of Wands, I like that. Magician energy is about manifestation. It's about focused intention and willpower. You are co-creator here. 7 of Wands is about standing your ground. Yes, when we're making these changes into our personal life, it could involve us facing certain challenges, but the 7 of Wands is about not backing down, not giving up, setting boundaries, stand your ground, and continuing to push past, building that momentum to move through the challenge, move through the obstacle. And that's exactly that Queen of Wands type of mentality. If there's a challenge, if there's an obstacle, we're going to move through it. We're going to be strong. We're going to reclaim our power and know that this will be something that we will overcome. We're not going to let it or whatever it is to be something that completely blocks you, your path, your direction, your focus, where you want to be, where you want to go, what you wish to create here. Okay. And then we have the 6 of Wands at the bottom here. 6 of Wands is success. It's an achievement. It's you overcoming, right? Some kind of challenge, some kind of obstacle. The 6 of Wands can also be about getting the recognition that you deserve. Maybe some of you could be making a choice to say, you know what? I'm not going to stay at this job anymore. That doesn't pay me enough. I'm going to change and I'm going to go to this other job. It's going to make me and help me to feel more fulfilled, more happy, more abundant. That's a success. That's a win. That's a victory. Okay? You want what you want. You're going after it. That is Queen of Wands. Unstoppable. Bold, brave, confident in yourself. Okay? All right, so I'm going to leave it here for you. Group 1, I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 2. So those of you that resonated with the protection guardian that says drop your shields with the Carnelian, this is going to be your reading today. So we're finding out what Spirit wants or needs you to know right now. And I am going to be using the Crow Tarot for our reading today. What you need to know right now about drop your shields. What does group 2 need to know right now about drop your shields? The Ace of Swords. Six of Wands. Judgment in reverse. Scorpio energy. What does group 2 need to know right now about drop your shields? Six of Cups. 10 of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. Got Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Nine of Swords. Knight of Cups in reverse. Also got Cancer and Pisces. Gemini, Virgo, and then we have fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Drop your shields. What is going on here? This feels like for some of you, this does have to do with love and connecting with another person. I feel like I want to clarify the shield there. What is this for group 2? What shield do they need to drop? What is this shield that group 2 needs to drop? The Queen of Cups. This has to do with your feelings and your emotions. Three of Cups, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Three of Cups is about connecting with other people, really opening up. So this feels like I said, this has to do with love. For those of you that are maybe dating, and the shield, it almost kind of feels like with this Emperor, in a way, I kind of feel because of this Knight of Cups showing up in reverse, this is going to be when we're kind of closed off emotionally, maybe detached, blocked in some way. So I feel like dropping the shield is the shield that we kind of put up to protect ourselves, to protect our heart space. Because our Six of Cups here is really about opening up and sharing, connecting with others, connecting in a space of the heart. And the Emperor is more of a stoic energy. It's more not so much feelings, not so much, it's masculine. So I almost kind of feel, in a way with the shield, because the masculine energy does protect the feminine energy, that this is you kind of allowing yourself to be in your feminine energy. Okay, and I would say for the most part, regardless of gender, a lot of us, because of today's day and age, society, you know, a lot of us do function from the masculine. And we're always just doing, going, moving, you know, like just, especially with work and career, right? We're always, I feel like, in that masculine energy. And so I feel like In a way, this is where Spirit is kind of wanting you, group 2, to be more in your feminine, more in a time of intuition, feelings, emotions, self-love, nurturing yourself. You know, sometimes we do put up the shield because we've been hurt, because we've, you know, been through a lot. We have fears, we have insecurities, and it might cause us to be and function from the masculine energy. Maybe we've got a wounded feminine. Okay. The 10 of Wands is here, which can talk about maybe energetic weight, baggage, things that we're still holding on to from past, things that we haven't released yet. Okay. Especially with Judgment being in reverse. This could be that there's certain things that you're still holding on to from your past that maybe have been painful. Maybe some of you are wanting to date, you know, you're wanting to date new people, or you have been dating new people and you're feeling like I'm not connecting, or I'm not finding someone that I connect with. And it could be because there is a block here. Okay. So I feel like Spirit's wanting to help to change the energy, shift the energy. This could be even about you feeling more confident about putting yourself out there. You know, 6 of Wands is about being in the spotlight. This could be for some of you working on your self-esteem, working on your self-worth, working on your confidence. Page of Cups can be also a very sweet, very flirty energy as well. So this could be more confident in asking someone out. Learning to be more comfortable with being vulnerable, which is something that is needed, right, in order for us to connect with another. I mean, even if it doesn't have to do with romance, even if it's making friends, right? Just making friends can be sometimes challenging for us. Let's see why this Knight of Cups is in reverse. We've got Justice here, the High Priestess, and the Hanged Man. I almost feel for some of you that your intuition is trying to guide you towards changing your perspective, especially for those of you that have had some kind of injustice in your past as it relates to anyone, right? Friends, coworkers, family members, romantic partners, that not everyone is the same, right? Not every experience that you have will be the same. So yeah, I feel very much the shield is kind of like the functioning from that protective masculine energy and needing to soften into the feminine. Why is Judgment here in reverse? Look at that, the Devil. And the Moon in reverse. So the Moon can talk about a lot of suppressed feelings and emotions, a lot of fears, anxieties, insecurities. The Devil has to do with toxicity, right? Sometimes it's toxic relationships. The Devil can also talk about us dealing with obsession, attachment, codependency, unhealthy patterns of behavior in relationships. It might also be an attachment, an unhealthy attachment that we still have to a person, to a situation from the past, that your intuition is trying to bring to your conscious awareness for you to release, because it could be energy that you're carrying with you right now that's affecting the way that you connect with others. This could be a time for self-love, a time for releasing and letting go of that attachment to a person or a situation from the past. It's still affecting you mentally, right? Let's just say that we're wanting new love, and we're just like, why can't I find someone? Why can't I connect with someone? We might still have a subconscious fear, and that being something that's kind of playing out in our mind And when we are manifesting new partners, new love, new connections, new friendships, the people that you connect with are going to mirror to you what you believe, right? So if we have a belief, a subconscious belief that says, I can't trust anyone because people hurt me in the past. They've always betrayed me. They've always lied to me. And then we have that belief. And even though consciously we're like, okay, I'm ready to meet new friends. I'm ready to meet a new romantic partner. Every single thing that we experience within our reality is a reflection of our own energy. Somehow, some way, we have vibrationally attracted that kind of situation here, okay, on a subconscious level. So if we have a belief, right, everyone deceives me, everyone betrays, everyone lies, we might have a situation that we manifest unknowingly, right, unconsciously into our life that reflects that we need to heal. That's going to highlight that. That's going to bring that to our attention. Okay? So in some regard, I feel like Spirit's showing here that what you need to know right now is that there is still some kind of tie that you have to a person, to a situation from your past. It could have been karmic for some of you, with the devil energy being present. A karmic situation, a karmic partner. It could be a family situation. It could be tied into a romantic partner, to a friend. The devil can also talk about emotional manipulation, control, possession. If there was a person who manipulated you, okay? If there was any type of cheating, infidelity, the devil also has to do with that, right? We might have a fear, let's just say, of betrayal, okay? And that being something that we're still holding on to. So because we've been hurt that way before, we're functioning from the masculine. We don't feel safe and comfortable being in the feminine, right? Feminine energy is about receiving. It's about compassion, empathy, love, nurturing, feelings, emotions. And if we're in the masculine energy, right, functioning from that masculine energy, we may not be so open and receptive, right? Because in a way, we're trying to protect ourselves from being hurt like that again, or going through a situation like that again. We might feel shame, or we might feel heavy energies such as guilt or resentment or anger, right, towards a person from the past. And unknowingly, we're not in our feminine, right? We're functioning from the masculine. Too afraid to be vulnerable, too afraid of putting our heart out there. So if we believe, oh, this is going to happen again, that is what we will manifest into our life. More of that, situation. This is where I feel like Spirit's kind of wanting you to focus on the nurturing, the healing, the softening into feminine energy of receiving. And this doesn't even need to be with, love. Like I said, it could be friends. We could have issues with making friends, with keeping friends. It may be even about a job. Okay? Where the feminine energy is about creativity, about intuition. And so it's important for us to use both, right? Feminine and masculine energies to have and live a balanced life, to be able to focus on what goals are, dreams are. So that we're able to make the right choices here, the right decisions. So I want to pull some oracle here. I've also got Libra energy here, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. I don't know if I said that already. What do you need to know right now? Group 2. We have Swan Spirit, and it says time for a deep dive. We have the Dolphin Spirit with this and that are true. And then we also have Rabbit Spirit with now is a lucky time. Okay, so let's get a little bit more with this. And also, rabbits are a symbol of fertility, which is also the feminine energy. Okay. This and that are true with dolphin spirit. What is this and that are true? Queen of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. And the World. What is this time for a deep dive? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Perhaps this is your choices. Into your choices, into your... It feels like also a need for balance here. Let's get one more there. The Chariot. So this is going to be something that helps you to move forward. You can say in a way, what is holding me back, right? Because the devil energy keeps us oppressed. It keeps us stuck. This and that are true. Sorry guys, I forgot to turn my ringer off. So the Queen of Swords is about truth. It's also about clarity and discernment. It's about us really observing things. The world is here. The world is an ending. It's a completion of a cycle. So there's something here, okay, that's still open. There's still something that we're holding on to, still something that we're carrying, okay? Now, with the whole this and that are true, right, there could have certainly have been something that was an injustice, because we do have justice here too. You know, it may not have been fair. Maybe the way that a person did something, treated you, said something, and that's true. It wasn't fair. Maybe it was painful. Maybe it was challenging. Yes, but now it's done. Right? And it does not, I want to say, it is not who you are, right? It is not an indicator of your worthiness, of your value, right? There are certain things that happen, you know, that we go through that we can't change. We had no control over. Certain people that we might cross paths with that just completely flip our life upside down. And might, you know, cause us to develop certain fears or insecurities because of it, because of what we've gone through. But it doesn't have to be who we are. Okay? It's not a measure of us, you know, and what our worth is and what our value is. And so I feel like Spirit is kind of wanting to help Group 2 to kind of shift back into receiving, back into feeling of confidence and of worthiness and of creativity and passion, and not feel that we need to, right, always function in that masculine energy. To help to deep dive and say, okay, what is holding me back? What is keeping me stuck? Why am I not seeing the success that I want to see? How can I make these changes here, right? And softening into feminine so we can connect in with intuition. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this here for you, Group 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, Group 3. So those of you that resonated with the Sun card, it says enjoy success and happiness. And this little cream crystal here, this is going to be a reading today. So we're going to find out what Spirit wants you, or I'm sorry, what you need to know right now. Okay, I am going to be using the Crow Tarot for our reading today. So what do you need to know right now? Group 3. 2 of Wands. Okay, 2 of Wands. We have the Devil, the Chariot. Queen of Wands in reverse is also showing up. Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords. We do have Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is here. The Moon. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, so what I'm getting from this, we started off with the 2 of Wands, which is about planning something. It could be about a plan. It could be about making a choice. But the Devil is here. The Devil can insert fears, insecurities, blockages basically for us. The Chariot is here, which is about being able to move forward, to make progress. It almost feels like pushing through this, pushing through that Devil energy. Queen of Wands in reverse, which to me could be self-sabotaging behaviors. Could also be a lack of confidence in yourself. And I feel like with the Moon being present, the Moon can be about uncertainty, fears, insecurities, confusion. And sometimes when we're trying to move forward with a plan, right, a decision that we're trying to make, the Lovers can be about a choice of the heart. We could be overthinking here with this 10 of Swords, like way in our head, that instead of making the choice that we're feeling guided to make, that we allow our inner demons, our insecurities, our shadow, because the Devil is the ego, it's the shadow energy, to get in the way of what we're feeling intuitively being guided to do. Now, the 5 of Pentacles is also present. The 5 of Pentacles can talk about scarcity and lack mentality, poverty consciousness, a lack of resources. We may feel that there's nothing that we can do to change our situation, or that success is not possible, that we won't be abundant, that we won't be able to even get ourselves out of a situation. For those of you that are dealing with job loss or homelessness, or you're dealing with financial debt, or not having needs being met, okay? And we might be perceiving or looking at life and our plans and our choices and the path ahead through the lens of this 5 of Pentacles, and not feeling confident enough to move forward, not trusting ourselves. So in a way where Spirit's saying, what do you need to know right now about the Sun? The Sun is our life force energy. The Sun is about joy and happiness and abundance, right, within the Tarot of the Sun card. About success. It's all also tied into the solar plexus. The solar plexus is our confidence. It's our I am present, right? The Queen of Wands in reverse is not so confident. We might be feeling insecure. We might be self-sabotaging, right? Because we're looking at it, or the choice or the plan that we have through poverty consciousness. Okay? Scarcity, like we could be telling ourselves we're going to fail, or it's not going to happen, or that we're not going to be able to overcome maybe a debt that we have, a bill, or that we're not going to find a better job, or that we're not going to have money, resources. right? So if we let that fear kind of get in the way, that can certainly be something that keeps us blocked and stuck from not moving anywhere, from not going anywhere. So the Queen of Swords is about seeing through the illusion perhaps of scarcity, the illusion of debt forever, or that we'll never be able to solve our financial situation, or that, that we'll never have more abundance, whatever it might be for you. Okay. This is about us having a breakthrough. It's about having clarity to see through, because the devil and the moon both create illusion. Okay? They both create illusion. The Queen of Swords is about being able to see through the illusion, knowing that it's our own fears that are making it worse than it actually is. Right? And we might give up right then and there, like, oh, this plan that I have, well, I'm seeing it that I'm not going to do well, that I'm going to fail, that I'm not going to be able to, get past this challenge or this obstacle right now. And I feel like there's a need to see it, that it's a fear. Okay? Yes, we could be dealing with debt or with job loss or with not having enough money right now, but that doesn't have to be the way that it always is. We can do something to change it. And that's what this card is about. It's about us being in that place of despair, right? Where we are dealing with financial insecurity, hardship, dealing with poverty, dealing with not having needs be met, not having the money that we need, dealing with a lack of resources or limited resources. But we have to shift into growth mindset, growth mentality, right? Abundance mindset. And sometimes that comes from us healing, right? A wound here surrounding money, or worthiness to success, worthiness to abundance, worthiness to love, or whatever it might be that we feel like we're lacking or missing here. And maybe in the past we have experienced scarcity, right? But the mind might automatically go back to the loss, the scarcity, and not see past that. And that we might pick up some unhealthy behaviors of procrastinating or self-sabotage, where we start something and then say, oh, no, I don't see how this is going to work out, so let me just stop. We let fear get in the way. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Two of Cups, and the Fool is also here with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Knight of Wands is about action, pursuing, going after something that you feel intuitively guided to do. Two of Cups is here, which can be a card about balance and harmony. Maybe for some of you, it's a new job, a new partnership. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith, a new beginning. Wheel of Fortune can certainly be changing things in your favor, right? Wheel of Fortune can bring in a better energy. Maybe that's what it would take in order for us to move beyond this Five of Pentacles. Maybe it does mean that we're making a plan and sticking to it and making it a change here because it's what we're feeling guided intuitively to do. And it is going to improve things for us, but we're being stuck in fear here and not allowing ourselves to experience joy and happiness or success. Right? Because when we're in that Five of Pentacles energy, we might feel like, okay, this is my situation. There's no way out. I can't do anything to change it. Right? We're beyond help, but that's not true. It's an illusion. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, and also the Three of Pentacles. So the Seven of Swords, I feel like in this case is talking about being strategic, the way in which we're planning things, making choices. For some of you, this is about expansion and growth beyond what we've got now. Maybe some of you are building a business. Some of you could be building new connections with new people, even moving to a new place, traveling, relocating, right? It also kind of reminds me about us seeing beyond what the current situation is right now. Staying focused on the goal, staying confident. Okay. All right, so let's pull some additional oracle cards here. We do have Aquarius energy here as well, Pisces, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. What do you need to know right now? Group 3. Anything else for group 3? We have Stag Spirit. It says take the lead. And we have learn from the past with Elephant Spirit, right? So when we learn from the past, we're saying, okay, these are the choices that I made the last time. Where did it get me? What have I learned from it, right? Let's just say that our intuition guided us towards something in the past and we didn't trust our intuition and we went based off of a fear decision that we made, and we ended up dealing with consequences of our actions or inaction, or we didn't think things through the last time and we ended up in a situation we didn't like. And so we learned from that. Okay, we'll not do that again, right? So we can certainly remember and integrate what we've learned moving forward. We have the Antelope Spirit with life is speeding up. Okay, and I feel like in the right direction, but for some of you with that full energy being present, it could require stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking a leap of faith, right, into that new beginning that is going to lead you to enjoying success and happiness in your life, and the willingness to change what the situation is. So as things are kind of moving up, right, things are aligning for you in the right way, it's time to go. It's time to take action. Okay, learn what happened the last time when we didn't take action and we missed out on an opportunity and we kept ourselves in that space. Okay, this can also be about flowing, going with the flow, right? If there's an opportunity that presents itself to you, of course we want to use discernment, right, with that. But if it's what your intuition is saying, do it. We go with it, we roll with it, versus letting the fear come in and the feeling that we can't change or improve it. And again, maybe going back into, loss of motivation, procrastination, self-sabotaging behavior, things of that nature that could get in the way. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group 3. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.